Hi, it's Trevor Emdon here again, and today I'd like to talk to you about wishes. Wishes. I can't remember the number of times during my life I've either heard or said, make a wish. You know, birthday candles and coins you drop into fountains and all kinds of other moments that are marked in some way as being a moment of transition into some sort of good luck. Now, that's great as a fun thing to do, but as a strategy for managing your life or creating your future, it's not very reliable, to say the least. But the fact remains that many of us, and I imagine most people being here on my blog or watching this video, are interested in getting more out of life in their future. Would that be fair to say? You want more from life. You're not just, even if life is pretty good right now, you're hoping for more or better or seeing something expand or grow or change for the better in some way in your future, whatever element of life that may be for you, whether it's business or relationships, or maybe a health issue, whatever it is. Wishing for it is fine as a beginning, but it's not a strategy for bringing it about, as a rule, to my knowledge. And I've been studying, reading about and teaching law of attraction as well as personal development and coaching skills for decades now, and I've never found wishing to be particularly effective. What is effective is listening to the hunches. What one of my first metaphysics teacher, the lovely and now sadly late Jill Edwards, used to call listening to the whispers. The hunches, the intuitions that you get, the ideas that seem a little bit off the wall, but hey, I could do that. What most people do with those is go, oh no, I couldn't do that. What would people say? Stop worrying about what people would say. What people generally say about people who take a risk is, wow, wish I'd done that. After they've done it, after the person's done it, before you've done it, if you go and tell people and say, I'm thinking of doing this, that and the other, then they might indeed say you're a little bit crazy. I'm saying we all have those little nudges, those little voices, those little intuitions. And act on them. Those nudges, those intuitions come from, we don't know where. But the kind of thoughts I mean. The way I see it, there's kind of two types of thoughts that you have in your head. If you're thinking about what shall I have for my dinner tonight, then you will go into a kind of conscious thinking mode. Maybe, shall I have pizza, or shall I get a takeaway, or shall I cook something, and then you'll think, what's in the larder, what's in the cupboard, what's in the fridge, and that's consciously thinking. But there are other times when you'll say something like, I'll sleep on it. Now, pretty much every culture seems to know that. I'll sleep on it. So intuitively, we kind of know that letting our subconscious kind of marinate an idea brings about something that we hadn't consciously allowed through. We seem to have an understanding that if we just try and think about that kind of thing at the same level as you think about what shall I have for dinner, it won't work. We have to let go of that conscious processing. Now that's really important, because the more you teach yourself and allow yourself to do that, the more those good ideas will come. And then, and this is the key, take action. I'm going to qualify that with two adjectives, two descriptive words about the kind of action to take. Because even if you don't know how it's going to work out, take massive, imperfect action. Massive means dive in, deep end, do it. Take the action, even if it feels slightly crazy, slightly risky, do it anyway. You got the nudge from somewhere. If it feels good, and you have to check that out, if there's a part of you going, that feels absolutely wrong, that would hurt people, of course don't do things that would hurt people. But if something feels like, well, that would be fun, that would be good, that would be inspired or inspiring, or both, do it. And the second adjective is imperfect. Don't wait until it's like, well, I better know what I need to know, and I better make sure I've got all the technology in place. I better make sure that I have all the money I need. What if it all goes wrong? That's what we usually do, and that's why people don't take any action. They procrastinate instead. And they just get older and life passes them by. And very often what will happen as well is that someone else will get a very similar idea and run with it. And you're the one left standing going, you know what, I thought of that first. How often has that happened to you in your life? So don't wish. You can, well, I'm not saying don't wish, but don't stop at wishing. That's what I mean. When you feel a wish, just say, wait a minute, is this something I really actually genuinely desire? Great. If the answer to that is yes, then let the nudge come through and take massive, imperfect action. That's my tip for today. Hope that helps. Hope that inspires. I'll see you next time. This is Trevor Emdon signing off.